Hey now everyone, I'm Steve Severs for Bionic Buzz. I'm here with the stars of MGM Plus's hit series Domina. Matthew, who plays Augustus Caesar, and Kasia, who plays his wife Livia. Thank you for both taking your time to talk to me. How are you both doing?
Good. Yeah, all good.
Good.
Wonderful, I would say.
I'm excited to talk to both of you because season one was amazing. For those who don't know, it's a soap opera on steroids filled with tons of action, backstabbing, sex, suicide, all set in the most provocative periods in Roman history. I'm a fan of Roman history, and it's really cool seeing this time period from a female's perspective. I assume that's what attracted you to the part, Kasia, originally.
That was it was attractive when I read the idea. Just the first, that was an idea, and it honestly, thinking about all the other productions, you know, and TV series or movies about that period there, and you know, they kind of set up the idea of the Roman period, and definitely there is a half of the idea missing, because the story was written by the men, and there's not so many things we can learn about women in that period. And just thinking that a character such as Livia Drusilla, that's been left behind, and there's not so many informations, and Augustus is everywhere in Rome. I'm in Rome now. He's everywhere. His statues, his faces, you know, he's obsessed about putting himself and all the others, but there's no women. There's no statues, women's statues, you know.
Yeah.
And not so many, or they're just anonymous. So basically, there is a huge gap, and you know, and I'm really happy, and I'm really happy that someone came up with this idea to fill the gap.
Absolutely. Matthew, what attracted you to playing Augustus Caesar? I mean, it obviously looks like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's Augustus. It's, you know, so you've got Augustus Caesar, so that's enough in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was a new take, you know, this, and like Kasia was saying, it's not a part of ancient Rome that we see enough of, or I see any of, really. You know, there's not many. I can't think of any stories that deal with such a massive period of time, and there's so many historical moments that we have, you know, physical evidence of, and written evidence, that we don't delve any further than that male perspective. So it is, I mean, it was one of them kind of, I don't know, like a bit of a, why have we not thought of this before? Why has it not been done before? You know, like, of all the ways of telling, and the ways the stories have been told in the past, and there's so many of them, it hasn't been done. So it had that appeal, and if we're just talking about Augustus and the way he's written in this as well, is, I don't know, there's just a lot more colour to it, and there's a lot more kind of human elements and faults to him, and he's not that. He's dark, and he's a bit of a psychopath, but at the same time, there's redeemable, you know, there's redeemable elements to him.
You said it.
Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Roman history. It's a big reason I took Latin in high school, because the seniors got to go to trip to Italy, and I loved visiting the Roman Colosseum and all that stuff. I assume, since you're in Rome right now, because I mean, have you either have a favorite spot you go to while you're in Rome to see one of these, like, actual, like, you know, ancient places?
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Do I have any favorite spots?
Yeah.
Yes, well, bunch of them. Colosseum is not well, it is, you know, I tell you what, I discovered a lot of very touristic spots during COVID, because there was no tourists at all. So I actually, yeah, well, we were during a lockdown, and people got stuck in Rome, and it was incredible to go inside the Colosseum where no one was there, and it was incredible just to walk, you know, just to walk, something that Romans never do, because there's always traffic, and then Rome is crazy, and then suddenly this city became it became like a huge movie set. It was magic, and and I hope it will never happen, the lockdown that's it, but it was incredible to be here in Rome actually at the time. And so I discovered places that I was always maybe passing, just close by with a scooty or with a car, or just taking them for what they are. I mean, beautiful, but there's no way you can get in just because there's always, a huge line of tourists, or you just always think that tomorrow I still have a lot of time to get into the Colosseum. And it felt like a huge Cinecittà, Rome, by at the time. But we were lucky to shoot this show in Rome.
Okay, I was gonna ask where you guys shot.
It was not on. Yeah, we shot everything in Cinecittà, most of it. So the interiors were rebuilt, most of them in Cinecittà, and some things from the streets and Subora. But you get off the Cinecittà and you are on set kind of the thing. The light is the same, and I think, I know it because I live here, but I always thought that for all the cast and crew that are not from Rome, I'm sure this show became something different just because we were actually in Rome.
Yeah, exactly.
And Michael.
Just
right?
to get picked up in the morning and then drive through the Forum, past the Colosseum, and then drive into Cinecittà and walk onto the set. It's like that. I'll never experience that again. And as well, the fact that we had that first experience during lockdown, where we got to see Rome without just tourists everywhere. It'll never happen again. We'll never experience it. So it's
cool.
Like really kind of special memories of the whole place and the whole experience. And it just, I thought it does. It kind of melts you into the world more. You want little things like that to kind of put you there, put you in the mindset and take you back and feel like you are completely there, and though that is one, you just woke up, at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you're looking out the car window and you're just driving past all these like real history, and then you're gonna go and perform it and pretend you're there. So it was really beautiful. It was exciting. And
what about you driving through the city and watching all your statues everywhere?
That as well. I had to keep my ego in check.
That's gotta help the ego.
There's me again. Yeah, looking good there.
Say hello. Yeah, right. Every time I pass through any kind of statue or a place, Augustus here, Augustus there, I just wave and like, hey, hello, now what?
It just made me feel like I'm not Augustus. I'm like, can I do this? Can I feel this presence? The presence that he has. So it was a bit intimidating, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lie.
What an ego, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I let it inflate my ego a little bit.
We're almost out of time, but I want to dive into season 2. The first 2 episodes premiered July 9th at MGM Plus. I got to watch the first episode. I don't want to give too much away, but I just want to tease this whole grain shortage that's happening in Rome during this time period. It's going to be a fun trip down this rabbit hole. I guess, what can you tease about your character arcs in season 2?
Livia gets tremendously vulnerable because she is actually setting up everything what she was fighting for, which means getting the right political position for her kids, and it all depends. It's all on Gaius, and their relationship will get really, really strong, and there's a lot of changes in the relationship also, and she's not stepping back, and that is something, and she gets darker and darker in this season.
And Gaius is setting up the succession and his legacy, which means he's thinking about death. He's thinking about his age. He's thinking about his ability to maintain power. But at the same time, he's got wolves coming up fighting him all over the place, and he's got to try and deal with that.
All right, one last question. Is it hard to act while you're laying down eating dinner? You know, it was funny. I know it's custom during that time period, but I feel like it's got to be weird, you know, because you were so used to playing off each other and face to face. You know?
Yeah, do you know what? It's good you've picked up on that, because you don't often see it in like that. You know, these are based on real.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it was.
You know what's difficult? That is real, right? The way they would eat and they would just lay down their stomach, and for us it is for us it's very difficult to actually get into this position and, you know, just get off this position gracefully with all this, you know, costume, trying to not rip the costume apart, or, you know, this is, for me at least, it was, you know, with the whole hairdo of, you know, Livia arrives and she's like, oh my god, and she just falls down. So that is the most difficult. Once I'm set up, I'm just trying not to move too much, because otherwise it's a mess.
Well, I think the position does give you an extra layer of arrogance as well. Just being lying on your belly and like, I don't care what's going on in Rome, what, you know, like how the people are suffering, and it just, I don't know, there's something about it lying down like that that does, you know, has that aristocratic feel to it.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys both for taking time to talk to me. Everyone, check out July 9th on MGM Plus, this new series. I can't wait to watch the rest of the episodes.
Thank you.